Dodge thinks he's playing a game of hide and seek. But he's really a highly trained federal agent.
Good boy. Good boy.
Part of a team of canines looking for drugs crossing our border from Mexico.
How good are their noses?
Oh, they're excellent. They're excellent. Top rated. I'd say, I mean, they're the best tool that we have.
Dodge goes to work when Customs and Border Protection officers like Dalia Rocha
Buenas tardes.
get a feeling something's not right with people trying to enter the U.S.
What are these officers looking for when they have just a few seconds face-to-face with these drivers?
An officer, he or she is going to be able to detect nervousness. They're not going to want to look them in the eye. Their arteries going to start going off. They're going to be able to see their hands shaking.
They never know among the tens of millions of cars, trucks, buses, people, and trains who's running drugs.
Gracias, que tenga buen día.
We are America's front line.
Musia Dovalina is a mother of 5 who's spent 25 years protecting our border. Right now, she's seeing a surge in heroin trafficking. Agents at the 8 ports of entry near Laredo have seized 358 pounds of heroin in the past 6 months.
Families are looking to you to understand what's being done to stop heroin from coming into the country.
We know what the impact is of heroin slipping through our borders and coming in and destroying not just the person who is going to become a user, but the families.
Right now, officers are worried about this white passenger van, 8 people on board, and all that baggage, and something doesn't feel right.
Once they started looking at it more closely, it didn't add up.
They discover this in the van, what the driver says is an ice cream cooler. This pickup truck, covered in mud, also catches their eye. Officers use a fiber optic scope looking for drugs that might be hidden in the gas tank.
What are you looking at under the hood?
Well, our officers look at all of the vehicle's reservoirs that they have, whether it's the windshield wiper, whether it's the battery case, all the different compartments that are under the hood.
A couple of weeks ago, officers in Texas found 14.3 pounds of heroin concealed in the battery of a minivan.
These drug traffickers are getting pretty creative in how they're trying to slip through this entry point.
They are being very creative about hiding them, but it's our officers' duties to try to look for them, and that's the constant mission that they have day in and day out.
Every day, they X-ray 100 long-haul buses and recently found heroin hidden in the wall of a bus.
These people are all on a bus bound for Raleigh. They have to get off and get their baggage screened at this checkpoint. And this is a major focal point here at the border. Recently, these officers have found heroin inside lotion bottles and liquor bottles.
Agents also find surprises among the millions of people walking in from Mexico. Some have heroin strapped to their bodies.
You'd never expect it, but we have seized drugs in baby strollers. And so anything that they're bringing from Mexico, we're looking at.
This is the other big challenge, the Rio Grande River. It runs for 1,250 miles along the U.S. Mexico border, and you can see how easy it is to get from Mexico to Texas.
That's why the Border Patrol uses these airboats. Agents say the drug cartels often help illegal immigrants cross the river as long as they're willing to take backpacks filled with drugs. Raquel Manajares lives about a block from the river.
¿Has visto aquí inmigrantes que cruzan del río? Do you see immigrants coming here?
Sí, sí.
She sees agents staked out at all hours of the day and night, keeping an eye on the Rio Grande.
Hay gente con mochilas? Are there people with backpacks?
A veces sí.
She sees people come out of the river, they're all wet, and they do have backpacks on.
But Raquel has no way of knowing if drugs are in those backpacks. Back at the Laredo border checkpoint, officers searching that van have discovered something they've never seen before. This is no ice cream cooler. It's packed with white powder heroin concealed in the metal frame.
This is one small victory right here today in trying to stop heroin from entering the country.
It is indeed for the officers that are constantly looking for that needle in the haystack. This is one needle that has been found today.